Good. Always want to say good morning, but you guys don't. It might not be morning for you. It's morning here, so good morning. Okay, let's solve something like this. So it always will have this restriction. I'm sure there are times where it doesn't have it, but I can't think of any that I've seen anyways. So let's go ahead and solve for this guy. So minus 1 minus 1. So we gotta say 5 tan theta equals 2. Divide each side by 5. Tan theta equals 2/5. Okay, so this is what this whole video is about, is having some trig function that has a ratio that is not one of our reference triangles. We can't figure out what 2/5 is on a reference angle, which means we can't figure out what theta is. When this happens, we can use inverse trig. So back in Geo, we learned how to do this guy when we need to kind of divide by tangent to get theta by itself. But you can't divide by tangent without something attached to it. Tangent without a degree or a variable is nothing, okay? So remember, when we have to do that, we just take this function and do tan inverse. So then the tan and the tan inverse cancel out and we're left with theta. But of course, we got to take tan inverse of the other side as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and figure out what that guy is on our calculator. I don't have my trusty graphing calculator, so I'm going to resort to the phone calculator like most of you guys do. So we need to do the sine, or the scientific way, so sideways. So we want to figure out first, the way we do it on these scientific calculators is you got to figure out what your ratio is first. So we're going to do 2 divided by 5, so we get 0.4, okay? So we're now going to say tan inverse of 0.4. We don't have to write that down. All right, so now we want to take the inverse tangent of this. If you look at it, you have your sine, cosine, tangent, but they're not inverses, so you push the second key. So this will happen on regular calculators. Anything that's a scientific or graphing is it will have a second button like that, and then it changes those guys into the inverses, okay? I'm talking about tan. I have to have what I want tan inverse of first when you use these scientific calculators. If you're doing a graphing calculator, you would just put it in right as you see it, tan inverse of 0.4. All right, so this tan inverse, and there we go. We get 21.80. Theta equals 21.8014. Okay, just a personal preference that I round to 4. You don't have to. Look at your problem to see how far you have to round. All right, so we're talking about all students take calc. Let's figure out what ratio we are. We're talking about tan, we're talking about a positive, so we're going to be in all, and we're going to be in tangent. So this is out, this is out. We have our theta value. Our theta value is right there. So we're going to have theta is that, and then we have to go all the way around. So if theta is 21.804, I could say 180 plus 21.804. 180 plus that, so it's going to be 201.8014. Let me just double check it, because watch, that's not going to be right, and it's going to be on a video, which won't help you guys learn. This is silly. I know it's right. Yeah. And there you go. There's your answer. So when you need to find theta of a triangle that doesn't exist, then and only then should you be using a calculator to figure out what that value is.